ここってパン屋さんだよね。石屋じゃなくて。
まあ、中野さんはバイト始めたばかりだし。
Yeah, I know the ending came out a year ago, but let's try to keep the comment section spoiler free. This video won't cover anything past what the anime has already shown and won't talk about any specific scenes as well. Got it? Let's get right into the video. Quintessential Quintuplets is one of my favorite romance anime and manga. On the outside, it may seem like another generic harem show, but looking further, we can see that the series has a lot of intricacies relevant to its massive popularity. As someone who's been following the series ever since the manga was published in late 2017, I can confidently say that during its publication, the series has received massive amounts of community backing. The reason behind all of this didn't have much to do with its plot, which on the outside seemed to be another generic harem. Rather, the community loved the variety of characters within the series. You see, Quince isn't just some normal romance. In most romances, the main character is usually accompanied with a counterpart as the two develop throughout the series, ultimately reaching a conclusion. Think of Horimiya or Rent-a-Girlfriend. While there may be a multitude of side characters, these characters aren't explored as much in relation to the main cast. Now compare all of these series to Quince. Instead of taking the standard romance approach, the series introduces 5 girls that are all explored equally throughout the series. It's not some half-assed development either. Each character is unique and can be identified by a wide variety of traits. Miku is the shy and quiet girl carrying a wholesome demeanor. Ichika is the fun and outgoing girl who enjoys teasing you. Itsuki is, well, just Itsuki, and she also eats a lot of food. Nino is the cold tsundere that you wouldn't mind stepping on you, and Yotsuba is best girl. The f*** you say to me? Yotsuba best girl? You must be out of your goddamn mind. Nino and Miku gang for life. This brings me over to the next point, which is the likability of all the characters. You see, the term best girl is usually referred to as someone's subjectively favorite character in a series, the key word being subjective. Everyone watches anime for a different reason. Some might love the slice of life genre, while others may enjoy a seinen read. I personally am open to any type of show and don't specifically dwell on a single genre. That being said, when watching or reading Quince, it becomes really hard to find something in the show that you can't relate to or can't like. There's a huge cast of characters within the series, and you're bound to find someone you like, relate to, or just want to cheer on. As Albert Einstein said it best, weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people simp for the Quince. He totally said that, by the way. Also, remember when I said earlier in the video that the reason behind the popularity of Quince didn't have much to do with its plot? Well, scratch that, cause oh boy is the plot f***ing amazing. Through the endless amount of romance and slice of life anime I've watched over the years, never have I seen a romance series that utilizes mystery to engage the audience. What I mean by this is that the overarching plot is a mystery which is brought to life by the romantic elements within the story. By using romance and mystery hand in hand, both genres create a nice parallel to each other and gets the viewers invested in the story. While there are a plethora of ways to get the viewers attached to a story, Quince's unorthodox harem mystery separates itself from the rest. In Quintessential Quintuplets, the main plot is to find out which quintuplet will be the bride at the end of the story. While it may seem like a simple plot on the outside, by setting up a finite ending without any closure, the series invites the audience to experience the journey along with them. It's kinda like when someone tells you a story, but you couldn't hear them well, so you ask them to tell you again. When the other person responds, saying that it'll take too much work to tell the story again, you feel way more attached to the story and want to hear the ending even though nothing has changed. Adding on to this, even though I've been constantly talking about how good the plot and characters are, let's take the time to appreciate the little details in the story provided by Negi, the author of Quince. While there are definitely less hints in the anime, in the manga, there are tiny clues planted in every chapter of the story. Small details such as the way characters talk or how they present themselves can give off signals for a certain ending. For example, without spoiling anything, there's this overarching mystery in Quince about the identity of a certain person. In the manga, if you reread many of the chapters and paid close attention to the details and what the characters are doing, you will be able to catch on to many hints that were foreshadowed within the story. This is exactly what made the Quince community so fun to interact with. What made me so invested in the story was the fact that the community was so passionate, creating tons of essays and theories about who the bride would be or the identity of a certain character. Like for example, there's this 4,000 word banger of a post titled X's Identity, an analytical thesis. In the post, they go over the entire series and provide numerous examples of why they think X is their real identity. And you know what? The post was spot on, predicting what would happen next, and a couple months later, when the latest chapter dropped, revealing the identity of X, I was like, oh shit, this post is a fucking prophet. But yeah, the manga has so many little details that are ingrained within the story, so I definitely suggest you to reread or read the manga if you haven't already. On my second reread, I picked up so many different hints and just felt a nice feeling of wholesomeness looking back on the developments of all the quintuplets. Basically, the community, mixed with Negi's amazing attention to detail, created an awesome environment for the series to strive in. If you want to check that post out, the link is in the description. Now that we've gone over the plot of the series, I want to go back to the characters and explain why they stand out compared to other series. When it comes to creating a well-written character in a romance show, two things come to mind: relatability and development. Quince hits both these checkpoints out of the park. For example, when developing a character in Quince, each sister has a motivation behind their actions. It's not like they are just plopped into the story and magically start acting a certain way, liking the MC for no reason. Each quintuplet, after going through a new experience, will change the way they act. At the beginning of the story, most of the quintuplets despise Futaro. But as the story goes on and we continue to see the characters interact with each other, the progression and development between the characters starts to expand and follow a logical path. Let's take a look at Miku. At the start of the story, she hates the idea of Futaro being their tutor as she was expecting someone better. However, through little, nuanced interactions between the two, she starts seeing how hard Futaro works and how much he cares and begins to feel the warmth that he emanates. Miku likes Futaro for a reason, and that reason is something that we can all understand. This is what makes the characters in Quince feel real. In my opinion, relatability and being able to empathize with a character is what makes a good romance. Being able to suck the viewers in and surround them in a new world takes the story to another level. The story becomes personal to the viewer as you start feeling a connection towards all the characters. The quintuplets go through all types of hardships and experiences as the story progresses. They feel sad, happy, and confused, akin to what you would feel if you were in the story. When Ichika takes the role of supporting her family, she puts on a fake smile, and we as the viewers feel anxious. It's only until Futaro points out the underlying problem that the viewers feel some sort of resolve. We as the viewers want every character to be happy, even if they are just someone from a story. A good romance will trap you inside and make you individually relate to all the characters. Likewise, the reason why Quince is able to portray these emotions so well is the detailed and unique traits behind all the characters. And by unique, I mean super fucking unique. Even though they are 5 sisters, each character carries a different story behind their back that separates themselves from the others. They all have their own problems they have to address, and each of them tackles their situations in a different way. Hell, you guys thought that the 4,000 word essay was impressive? Then let me introduce you guys to this 76-page essay written about one of the characters in the series. That's right, you heard me clearly. 76 fucking pages. The table of contents looks longer than anything I've ever seen in my life. The single document emphasizes the point that every character in the series has so many little details about them that separates the quintuplets from other characters compared to other series. Also, shout out to the Quince community for being awesome to interact with. The community definitely had a lot to do with the popularity of Quince and helped people understand the nuances of the series. If you want to check that post out, the link is in the description, but beware, this post spoils the ending of the manga, so proceed with caution. All in all, while Quintessential Quintuplets may seem like a generic romance on the outside, when looking further into the series, we can see that this is definitely not the case. Quince has taken what you think of a generic harem romance and reconstructed it to be a well-written masterpiece. The characters are one of a kind, and I can't think of any other series capable of pulling this off. With the ending of the anime announced for 2022, finishing with a movie, I can say that we're not just witnessing another great romance end. We are experiencing the journey and memories that the series has given us over the years. Hey guys, this vid took a hell of a lot of time to make, so if you could subscribe, it would mean the world to me. All of these little edits you see are me taking panels of the manga, editing them in Photoshop, then transporting it to Premiere and editing it again. If you guys have any comments about the editing style of the video, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to tell your friends about this video. Sharing this video with other people will help this channel spread like wildfire. Thanks to all my subscribers, and know that I appreciate every single one of you. Also, I'm still planning to have this channel be high quality, non-spoiler anime and manga videos, so keep it in mind that it will take a couple of weeks for each video to be produced. If any of you are wondering if I'll still be sticking with Quintessential Quintuplets content, I will probably have a future video talking about the ending of the series, along with going in depth and analyzing the characters behind each quintuplet. For the next video though, I'm probably going to analyze one of the current ongoing anime that is airing this season. I read the manga a year ago, and when the anime was announced, I knew it was going to be great. That's all for this video. This has been Hyacinth.